Hello, and welcome back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project where I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jest, one page at a time, one day at a time. I read it, I record myself reading it, I make a little movie video with no actual movie elements, just static image for the most part, and it's just me reading this book, a page of it. So if you listen out of context, it won't make any sense. That's kind of the point, isn't it? But so this book is by David Foster Wallace. It's about a tennis family. And there's other stuff going on. What happened with that guy that died from the fucking video, the teleputer cartridge? They killed him somehow. What was that? Anyway, stuff like that. And then remember that one guy that was like smoking the weed. I gotta call the dealer, but then but she's not calling me back, and so I have to call her. And but I don't want to seem like I'm insistent. But I'm not being insistent. It's just a normal transaction, and she should know that's part of being his wife. And he would go to ridiculous lengths to just smoke weed. It's what happened to those people? We've been on Tennis Monster, Family. Now we're listen. I don't know. Fudge. Just for reference, it's currently August 30th, 2020. Night, it's 9:46 at night. Yeah. Let's do it. I'm too high for this, so let's knock it out. Here we go. Stairwells during descent, but the student engineer can anticipate she'll make no direct reply. Her sign-off is more dead air. She almost reminds the engineer of certain types in high school whom everyone adored because you sensed it made no difference to them whether you adored them. It had sure made a difference to the engineer, though, who hadn't been invited to even one graduation party with his inhaler and skin. The dessert Avril serves when Hal's over is Mrs. Clark's infamous high-protein gelatin squares, available in bright red or bright green, sort of like Jell-O on steroids. Mario's wild for 'em. CT clears the table and loads the dishwasher, since he didn't cook, and Hal gets his coat at 1:01. Mario's still listening to the WYYY nightly sign-off, which takes a while because they not only list the station's kilowattage specs, but also go through proofs for the formulae by which the specs are derived. CT always drops at least one plate out in the kitchen and then bellows. Avril always brings some Hal Jell-O squares in on to Mario and adopts a mock dry tone and tells Hal it's been reasonably nice to see him outside Le Bâtiment Sanctifié. I don't speak French. The whole thing to Hal sometimes gets ritualistic and almost hallucinatory, the postprandial farewell routine. Hal stands under the big framed poster of Metropolis and whumps his gloves together casually and tells Mario there's no reason for him to leave too. Hal's going to blast down the hill for a bit. Avril and Mario always smile, and Avril asks casually what his plans are. Hal always whumps his gloves together and smiles up at her and says, "Make trouble." And Avril always puts on a mock stern expression and says, "Do not, under any circumstances, have fun," which Mario always still finds clutch your stomach funny every time, week after week. Section break. Emmett House Drug and Alcohol Recovery House is the 6th of 7 exterior units on the grounds of an Enfield Marine Public Health Hospital complex that, from the height of the AFSCME 2100 Industrial Displacement Fan or Enfield Tennis Academy's hilltop, resembles 7 moons orbiting a dead planet. The hospital building itself, a VA facility of iron-colored brick and steep slate roofs, is closed and cordoned. Bright pine boards nailed across every possible access and aperture, with really stern government signs about trespassing. Enfield Marine was built during either World War II or Korea, when there were ample casualties and much convalescence. About the only people who use the Enfield Marine Complex in a VA-related way now seem to be wild-eyed old Vietnam veterans in fatigue jackets de-sleeved to make vests, or else drastically old Korea vets who are now senile or terminally alcoholic or both. The hospital building itself stripped of equipment and copper wire. Ugh, congested. So I hope that didn't come across too much. I apologize. Whew. That's page 193 of the book Infinite Jests. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm hitting stop.